I would say that the most common objection that I hear from people about lunar Sabbaths, against lunar Sabbaths, is it breaks the work 6, rest 1 cycle. Lunar Sabbatarians work 6 and rest 1 4 times every month. So in a 12-month year, we do it approximately 48 times, 12 times 4. So we work 6 and rest 1. Day of Atonement is the lone example in lunar Sabbatarianism, but Saturday Sabbatarians have Day of Atonement as well. Sometimes we have a paradigm in our mind because of something we've done or thought for so long, and we can't shake loose from it, and therefore anything that comes across our table that contradicts that paradigm, we immediately dismiss it and we never challenge the paradigm. Why do we think that because the commandment says work 6 days and rest the 7th, why do we think that that has to mean there will always be 6 work days and a 7th-day Sabbath? I know that it can't mean that, even if I was a Saturday Sabbatarian. And that's because every year when the feasts roll around, you have annual Sabbaths in Saturday Sabbatarianism. For instance, you'll have the first day of unleavened bread that might fall on a Wednesday, and that's a no-work day. The Saturday Sabbatarian will keep Wednesday as a no-work day, and then he'll work Thursday and Friday, 2 days of work, and then keep Sabbath. How is that a 7th-day Sabbath? If you didn't work 6 days before that Sabbath, how can it be a 7th-day Sabbath? Track with me now. You can't have a 7th-day Sabbath unless you have 6 work days that come before it. But then after that Saturday Sabbath, then the Saturday Sabbatarian will go back to work on Sunday, Monday, and maybe Tuesday, or they might keep Tuesday or Wednesday. I'd have to write it out on paper, but you'll catch my drift for the last day of unleavened bread. They'll keep another Sabbath, a no-work day on that Tuesday or Wednesday. So therefore, they didn't work 6 days again. And then after that last Sabbath or last no-work day of unleavened bread, they'll go back to work for a couple days and then keep Saturday Sabbath again. You see what I'm saying? This happens for a lot of people, depending on how they count the Pentecost. This can happen. Some people keep Pentecost always on a Sunday, but you wouldn't work on that Sunday. So you'd only have 5 work days after that before your next Sabbath. Day of Atonement and Feast of Tabernacles and Yom Teruah, Day of Shoutings, Day of Trumpets. Work 6 days and rest the 7th. It is not a unbreakable pattern or cycle. Lunar Sabbatarians have more than 6 days between the weekly Sabbath at the end of the month because we have a new moon that we don't count as a work day or as a Sabbath, but we have a new moon. And that new moon, on my understanding, in my belief, it lasts anywhere from 24 to 48 hours. And so therefore we have either 7 or 8 days between weekly Sabbaths. The new moon, though, is not a day in which you can do all your labor and work. We refrain from commerce, and so it's kind of like a soft Sabbath. Just because we have sometimes 7 days or 8 days between weekly Sabbaths shouldn't be a hard hurdle for you to jump over, because I just showed you that you have more times in the year, if you're a Saturday Sabbath keeper, you have more times in the year that you don't work 6 days before you keep Sabbath than we do.